Calisthenics, a word that carries the weight of history, the essence of simplicity and the strength of human perseverance. The art of using nothing but your own body weight. Today it is celebrated as one of the most accessible and effective ways to build strength, agility and balance. But where did it all begin? How did this ancient form of movement evolve into the global phenomenon we see today? Our story begins in ancient Greece. The word calisthenics itself comes from the Greek word kalos, meaning beauty, and sthenos, meaning strength. For the Greeks, physical fitness was a celebration of human potential, both body and mind. Think of the Spartans training for battle or the athletes of the original Olympic Games. Every push, pull and squat was a test of their discipline and honor. Similar practices like the ones in Greece were evolving in Asia. In ancient China, monks developed exercises resembling modern calisthenics as part of their martial arts training such as Shaolin Kung Fu. These movements were designed not only for physical strength but also for flexibility, coordination and mental discipline. The origins of yoga in ancient India, dating back over 5,000 years, share similarities with calisthenics. Many yoga postures are essentially bodyweight exercises focusing on balance, strength and flexibility. Also, after the Greeks, the Romans adopted similar training regimens to prepare soldiers for battle. Roman legions used exercises like push-ups, pull-ups and squats to build functional strength and endurance. These methods ensured soldiers were combat ready without the need for equipment unnecessary in war campaigns. Fast forward to the 19th century. In Europe, a fitness revolution was brewing. German fitness pioneer Friedrich Ludwig John is often called the father of modern gymnastics. He introduced bodyweight exercises on parallel bars, rings, rope climb, parallel bar dips and calisthenics as part of his vision for national fitness and unity. His ideas spread across Europe, influencing physical education programs. By the 1800s, calisthenics had become a cornerstone of education and military training. In Sweden, Per Henrik Wink introduced a system of Swedish gymnastics, which emphasized bodyweight exercises, flexibility and coordination. This system heavily influenced physical education worldwide. Similarly, in the United States, Dr. Dew Lewis developed a form of calisthenics designed for both men and women, incorporating lightweight and bodyweight exercises for overall health. Schools, gyms, and even the military adopted these practices. The 20th century, the golden age of calisthenics. The 20th century marked as a major turning point for calisthenics. During World War I and World War II, military training leaned heavily on calisthenics to build strength, stamina, and resilience among soldiers. But it wasn't just the military. In the 1950s, the fitness boom hit the civilian population. Figures like Jack LaLanne promoted bodyweight exercise on television, urging Americans to take their health into their own hands. Schools across the US adopted rigorous physical education programs centered on calisthenics. At the same time, Eastern practices like yoga began influencing Western fitness routines, blending mindfulness with calisthenics-like movements. Fitness was no longer just about strength, it was becoming a holistic practice. Late 20th century to early 21st century, calisthenics underwent yet another evolution. Street workout culture emerged, particularly in urban communities like New York. People started gathering in parks and training together. In the 1990s and early 2000s, groups like Bartenders in Harlem and Bar Stars popularized street workouts, combining traditional calisthenics with creative freestyle moves. These groups didn't just train, they inspired. They made fitness accessible for anyone with a park and a pull-up bar, creating a global movement that celebrated strength, creativity and community.
Bartender's goal and mission is to educate youthful individuals about the inner working of themselves and their environment. Bartender is about community, man, and to help you move your body, help you move your mind, and then touch other people, and we all come together.
The last 20 years, calisthenics in the digital era. The rise of YouTube, Instagram and other social media platforms in the 2010s revolutionized the way people learned about and participated in calisthenics. For the first time in history, individuals could share their fitness journey, tutorials and impressive feats of strength with a global audience. People like Hannibal for King inspired millions to try calisthenics and start training outside. 213, Chris Heria, a Miami-based fitness coach, founded 10X, a YouTube channel that would become one of the most influential essential platforms for modern calisthenics. Keria blended traditional calisthenics with a sleek, aesthetic appeal and clear tutorials, making it accessible for beginners while still challenging advanced athletes. His approach popularized movements like plunge, front lever and advanced push-up variations, helping millions worldwide progress in their training. Channels like 10X weren't just about teaching exercises, they were about creating a community. Viewers connected over shared goals and challenges, forming a global network of athletes motivated by the idea that all you need is your body and determination. Other athletes like Frank Medrano, Austin Tuchman and Brendan Meyer further propelled calisthenics into the mainstream, emphasizing body control, strength and aesthetics. These influencers broke the stereotype that you needed heavyweights to build a strong sculptured physique. Meanwhile, Instagram became the home of short, high-impact content. Athletes shared clips for incredible freestyle movements like 360-degree bar spins, muscle-ups and holds. The platform's visual focus made it easy for calisthenics to go viral. One 15-second clip would inspire thousands to try calisthenics for the first time. This constant cycle of content drove innovation in the sport, pushing athletes to develop new and more creative moves. Calisthenics as a competitive sport. As calisthenics gained popularity, it evolved from a training discipline into a fully fledged sport. Organizations like the World Calisthenics Organization (WCO), founded by Brendan Cosso, began hosting global competitions. These events combine strength-based skills, endurance, and freestyle elements, giving athletes a platform to showcase their abilities on an international level. Freestyle calisthenics became the crown jewel of competitions. Athletes performed choreographed routines that blended gymnastics, breakdancing, and extreme strength feats. Judges scored based on creativity, execution, and difficulty. The Street Workout World Championship also rose to prominence, bringing together the best athletes from around the globe. Countries like Russia, Ukraine, and Latvia became the powerhouses in freestyle calisthenics, while the US, Western Europe, and Latin America dominated in other areas. Calisthenics was no longer just a workout, it was an art form. By the late 2010s, calisthenics expanded into workshops, fitness apps, and branded merchandise. This brought even more people into the fold, democratizing access to high-quality training. The workshops and events also helped foster a sense of in-person community. Cities like New York, Los Angeles, and London became hubs for calisthenics meetups where athletes could share tips, their skills, and motivate one another. The COVID-19 pandemic. 2020 was a major turning point for calisthenics. With gyms closing worldwide, millions turned to bodyweight training as a way to stay fit in home. Pull-up bars sold out, workout apps saw a surge in downloads, and calisthenics became a lifeline for those seeking both physical and mental health benefits. During this time, the versatility of calisthenics shined. Athletes shared at-home routines that require no equipment, proving once again that the practice is adaptable to any environment. The present and future of calisthenics. Today, calisthenics continues to grow. New organizations like the International Calisthenics Federation aim to standardize the sport for potential inclusion in future Olympic Games. Social media is still a driving force, with influencers constantly pushing the limits of what the human body can achieve. And it's not just athletes who are getting involved. Schools, rehabilitation programs, and even corporate wellness initiatives are integrating calisthenics into their routines. The focus on bodyweight training as a sustainable lifelong practice is stronger than ever. The future of calisthenics is bright. With its combination of simplicity, accessibility, and innovation, it's a movement that continues to inspire millions worldwide. From medieval soldiers training for war to athletes defying gravity, calisthenics has truly stood the test of time. The digital era brought this ancient practice into a spotlight, turning it into a global movement and thriving sport. So whether you are practicing your first push-up or perfecting your freestyle routine, know that you are part of a tradition that spans centuries. Thanks for watching. If you loved this deep dive into the evolution of calisthenics, hit that like button and subscribe for more fitness stories. And let us know in the comments what's your favorite calisthenics skill and where do you see the sport heading in the future.